How's it going, comic fans? It is Mike from the Hardcover Comic here. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe and sound. Today I wanted to talk about a library edition that I haven't heard too much about from other people. But I'm very, very excited for this book. I've read this series when it initially came out. It is Ether by Matt Kindt and David Rubin, an incredible, incredible team. Matt Kindt, one of my personal favorite writers, one of, I think, the most underrated writers out there. And Ether is definitely a sleeper hit. I'm very excited that Dark Horse made this library edition, and I'm very excited to get into it today. We're going to see, Matt recorded the video, the book's at his place, but I'm going to talk about how amazing the series is. I love that series so much, and I love Matt Kindt and David Rubin. They're an incredible, incredible team. We got this book from organicpricebooks.com, which is one of the sponsors of our show. Amazing, amazing website. Great shipping, great packaging, fantastic customer service. With the promo code THC2 at checkout, you'll get an extra $2 off every single one of your orders. Check them out. It's fantastic. You can pre-order, you can back order / special order. It's great. Check them out. Now let's get into Ether by Matt Kindt and David Rubin. Ether Library Edition. I have so many things to say about this amazing, amazing title. Written by Matt Kindt, artwork by David Rubin. I was not expecting this library edition. I'm very excited that we got it. Amazing, amazing, amazing title. Completely out of left field, completely unexpected. Fantastic, fantastic Dark Horse series. This collects the two minis that came out. There was one in 2016 and one in 2018. Both ran 5 issues. At the time when this was coming out, 2016 or so, I was just getting into Matt Kindt. I was super excited to see a new title by him. Taking a look at the slipcase here, I'll get back into it. Taking a look at the dust jacket here, getting a little bit of reviews, a little bit of a rundown. Really nice stuff. For those of you that are unaware, a library edition is about the size of a DC Comics Absolute Edition. So absolutely massive book. Probably the biggest one of the biggest formats of books that you can get, and it's great for the David Rubin artwork and the spectacular colors. You got a nice wraparound cover here by Mr. David Rubin, who is amazing, amazing. Matt Kindt and David Rubin and Jeff Lemire actually have a Kickstarter that's finally coming out soon. Very excited for that. Cosmic Detective. Very excited to get that hardcover, do an overview on it. This is a very juicy book. Like I said, it's library edition size, so it's massive. Now, what is this title about? So Ether follows a character named Boone Diaz, who is sort of he's essentially, a wanderer, a scientist, a problem solver, who travels into this place called the Ether. The Ether is filled with these incredibly creative characters, some characters that are homages to other characters. There's sort of a Sandman / Destiny / I'm forgetting his name, but the librarian from Sandman crossover character in the first issue that you get to see. And David Rubin's artwork is amazing. There's a lot of 2-page spreads, a lot of incredible sequential paneling and page layouts. It's really, really amazing artwork, and I'm really happy that it came out in library edition size, because it's it's a bit stylized. It may not be for everyone. We're getting to see the awesome Rubin bookmark here. Thank you, Dark Horse. It's a little stylized. It may not be for everyone. It's definitely got a more cartoony vibe to it. It looks like comic book artwork, but in the best way possible, and it suits the title perfectly. This is a crazy Etherverse romp through a completely fantastical universe created by these two gentlemen. David Rubin just knocks it out of the park completely with this. I remember reading it digitally when it was coming out, and getting to see it, in this massive, massive size is absolutely spectacular. And it sort of follows Boone as he's, fixing problems within the Ether. I don't want to spoil too much, but there's this whole sort of mystery behind Boone as a character himself. Where did he come from? How is he this wandering vagabond who's like brilliant, brilliant at solving problems, being a detective in the Ether, but sort of, a questionable person in terms of his past and where he comes from and who he's been and what he's done. So there's a very interesting little mystery that unravels, and an understanding of the character as you get to progress through the story. Like I mentioned, the universe gets completely crazy. There are all sorts of mythical creatures and beings, and organizations, and politics, and different sorts of, science slash magic slash, again, don't want to spoil too much, but it's a really, really fantastic story. I've only read the first mini. I haven't read the second one, so I'm very excited to finally be able to check it out in library edition format. And honestly, I can't recommend this book enough. I love Matt Kindt so much. I obviously don't think he gets enough love. I always try to push his titles as much as I can because he's such a creative writer. He's so great at hitting you emotionally. He's so great at keeping you on the edge of your seat, keeping you excited, wondering what's going to happen in the next issue, and then finding out that all of your predictions were wrong because you're not in the brain of this crazy, wild writer man. But I really, really, really love this. I highly recommend checking out the upcoming, I don't know if, how it'd be possible to get, but the upcoming Cosmic Detective title. If you're able to read that at some point, I highly suggest doing so. Taking a look at the bonus content a little bit here, some variant covers. Really nice to see them at this massive, gigantic size. A lot of very stylized artists here dropped variants for this title. And it's always nice to get a book in library edition size, especially when you get to see things like sketches. I mean, if you're trying to become an artist, it's great to see someone like David Rubin, how he came up with these ideas, seeing the design process, seeing the page layout process, seeing, just what goes through the mind of an artist like at the caliber of David Rubin. It's really awesome. I personally am not an artist. I'm terrible at artwork, but it's so cool to see this stuff because, I admire the crap out of comic book artists, and I admire the crap out of Matt Kindt, so I really got to push this title. I love it so much. Matt Kindt is the man, and I really cannot wait to sink my teeth into this. Have you read Ether? Let us know down in the comment section below what you've thought of the title. If you have read it, are you a fan of Matt Kindt? Let us know what your favorite series are by him. Check out organicpricebooks.com. Use the promo code THC2 for $2 off. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I can't recommend this book enough. Absolutely love it. The library edition looks killer. I can't wait to have it in my hands. And until next time, you stay classy, Internet.